Hello, my name is Ryan Bain from Webtechglobal, and this video is for the CSV to Post plugin on Wordpress. Now, the version I'm making this video for is still in development, but it is version 8.0.0. This video is specifically for the the data splitter panel, but it is more commonly used to split categories. As you may know, there are affiliate providers that will give a CSV file that contains a single category column, as I've just highlighted. I've made this file myself for demonstration purposes, but this is pretty much what you may have or can download from an affiliate network. The idea is that we have multiple categories. In my data we have up to 3 levels, and CSV to Post as being so advanced, it requires us to separate those values. So we separate them before creating categories. That makes the actual category creation procedure simple, both in code and in efficiency while creating categories. I developed the plugin with large businesses in mind who have sometimes hundreds of categories. It's not for me to say what categories are and what the definition of a category is, and sometimes it can be surprising how many categories a company creates, keeping in mind that WordPress is a CMS. Now, the idea is to separate these values into multiple new columns. We don't need to create those columns in a database table manually, so you don't need to know any technical stuff. The plugin does that. I've done the code for that. Now, let me just go over to CSV to Post. This is the data splitter panel here. Now, what's important to know, a very important thing that only just came about today, is the receiving table must be the same for all columns. We only ever enter one table. The idea was to be flexible, as many features are. We work with a database, we work with multiple database tables. We import CSV files to those tables. So we have the CSV files, then we have the database tables, and we work with the data in those tables. It allows us to prepare the data and do various other advanced things, especially when it comes to third-party tools. So this may seem like we can work with multiple columns in different tables. There won't really be a situation where anyone needs to do that. I don't think that I can't. That's going to be rare. However, it is possible in terms of this interface, but not possible in terms of the procedure I wrote today to actually create the categories. I decided to reduce the complexity a little, and we can upgrade it later. So for now, please enter only the same table name. Right, now I'm going to go up to the top and not skip any of the fields. The separator is self-explanatory. It's a separator separating each category value. We select the column that holds our category data. In my case, it's category. We then enter the receiving table. My project table is wp_computers1.csv. That was created automatically. That's one of the things the plugin does. If you have a look up here, my current project is computers1.csv. So that's where the table name comes from, the actual original CSV file. Then I enter a column name. Now, if you're new to all this, you may trip up a couple of times entering names unless you watch this video first. And in that case, you'll listen to the instructions I'm about to give. Please only enter alphanumeric characters, no underscores, no hyphens, no spaces, and there's no need for capitals. We have it all lowercase and we keep it simple, and that's so that it is MySQL ready. These values that we've entered, and in my case catlev1, catlev2 and catlev3, these become column names in the database, as I'm about to show you. Let me just query. I've already queried. Over here we have the columns catlev1 to catlev3, and you can already see values in there. Now, the reason why I'm not going through the demonstration of importing etc. is to keep the video short, focus on the important issues in terms of how we use this panel, avoid tripping up and so on. So I've already imported my data using the data import tools available. And as you can see, we have individual values. If I just go back to the original spreadsheet that's actually on Google, you can download this as well. You'll see that we have the actual first row is computers, PC and gaming, and we have computers, personal computer, elite gaming, and computers, PC and gaming again. I'll just go back again. I know you can pause the video, rewind or so on, but just for the sake of it. So we have a level 1 category named computers basically. So all my posts are going to the same category, the same parent category. And then we have another one over here. We have another change which is personal computer, and down here we have elite gaming. So we have various categories in there, and I've put these different values in there to test the plugin fully, but we don't need to go into that just now. What you are seeing is that the plugin is separating those values into my three three columns. And that's that. That's really the whole idea of it. And everyone with the column of category data that's a single column needs to do this. The resulting situation is that you have the multiple columns, much like a lot of other data already has. So if you're in a situation where your categories are already split into multiple columns, then you don't have to do anything in terms of preparation. When everyone arrives to the point where their category data is in multiple columns, you can then move on and do other things, and that is including category creation on the category page. If I just pop over there, and this is what I've been working on today, this panel here, which already has a video, allows us to select our category columns. Now, that video probably mentions, I think it does mention something about the category splitter, and this is where we make use of the new categories, the new columns, and as you can see, I've already selected my columns down here, cart lev 1 to cart lev 3, and then when I submit that form, the plugin does all sorts of queries and so on to establish the distinct values over here on the right, and then we work with the individual values, and that is very important. Any premium plugin that does not do this shouldn't really be a premium plugin, and I have seen one, possibly two. Alright, I think that's it. I think I've covered what I should say in the category splitter panel is that it doesn't have to be category data. This is simply a tool that will separate values, put them into other columns. So if you find that you have strings of values that needs separated, it could be two values, it could be a common format of values within your business, then we can separate them into multiple columns, and I recommend exploring the possibility of doing so, and then sort of considering how you could use those individual columns and the values in them more efficiently, especially long in the future. Because if you could do that, if you get that work done now and have that data ready, it could save a lot of trouble and money. Alright, and that's important, isn't it? Thank you very much for watching.